Hi guys, it's Mrs. Jarrett. Hope you guys are doing well. Today I'm going to show you how to use your self-portrait, your face proportions, the setup that you've completed, to use this to create a realistic self-portrait. So now that we have all the proportion lines set up and ready to go, now we can place the parts of the face in the correct spots. This will help your self-portrait to look more realistic because the size and the placement of all the parts of the face will be in the right space. So bear with me, I am using a pencil, so I'm going to try and press down pretty hard so that you can see it. My proportion lines are drawn in a black marker, so they won't be erased. However, you will be erasing these proportion lines later. So don't outline your proportion lines, keep them in pencil, and draw with me with a pencil as well. Just draw a little bit lighter than I am in case you make a mistake and need to erase. Right? Draw light till you got it right. Okay, here we go. So we're going to start on this proportion line. This is our eye line. And we have these black marks here. Those represent the pupils of your eye, the black part. So I'm going to use these two lines to help me draw my eye. So I'm going to draw a curved line from one point to the other point. Get this a little closer for you here so you can see it. And then I'm going to mimic that or mirror that line right below it. Mirror means to do the same thing on the other side, like symmetry, something that is symmetrical, and this would be my line of symmetry. So I want them to be about the same size, the same length, and have the same curvature. Then in that, I like to call it a football shape, you're going to draw a large circle, which is the iris of your eye, and that circle should touch the top and the bottom of your football shape. So this would be the colorful area of your eye, whatever color your eye is that makes you uniquely you. Now this black pupil is a little bit too small, so I'm going to enlarge it just slightly so it makes more sense right in the middle. And then I want to do the same thing on the other side as well. Now, if you don't have a mirror, it might be helpful to go get one so that as you're drawing yourself, you can look in the mirror. This is a self-portrait. So when artists draw self-portraits, they should be looking at themselves. I so graciously have this camera right in front of my face, so I can see myself pretty well today. All right, so we're also missing eyelashes, and they go on both the top and the bottom of your eyes, your eyelids. And I like to say keep them fairly short, because if you make them too long, then they look like bat wings. So we don't want that. And then above our eyes are our eyebrows, those little hairy caterpillars. And they go from one side of your eye to all the way the other side, pretty much the same length. So I want my eyebrow to be this long. And it's a good idea, you can also practice with your finger too before you draw something. And I like to use an upside down banana for this and give it a shape, because we will be coloring in your eyebrows to match your hair color. So I want them to be pretty symmetrical, the same on both sides. If you make eyebrows that are more pointed in, that's going to make your self-portrait look angry. So if you're feeling a little angry today, if you raise your eyebrows up really high, that makes you look surprised, right? So if you want to look surprised, you could move them up here. All right. Next is our nose. So for our nose, we have the bottom part of our nose that's wiggly because it has cartilage in it, and then the top part that has the bone, which holds my glasses on my face. This line right here is the proportion line for the bottom of our nose, okay, the bottom of our nose. So I'm going to draw the bottom part first. And most of us have like a little ball on the end of our nose. So in the middle, and this is the space too in between our eyes, because our nose fits right in between our eyes. And actually, I don't know if I had this on the other video, but you can fit 5 eyes across your face from one side to the other. So if I measure one eye, I can fit one over here, and then backwards. One here, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's why we have this spacing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty cool, huh? And we all are made to be that way. We're all made to have those proportions. That's why we look different, but the same at the same time. Haha. Okay, so anyway, our nose is going to fit in between our eyes. So the bottom part, we have a curved line like a U. Okay, and if, oh, my easel's falling, sorry guys. If you feel like you have a larger, wider nose here, you can make that wider, more pointy nose. And then we're going to do little C's on the sides. And you want to bring your nose out as far as your line goes. It lines up with here to make it proportionate. Now, some people like to leave their nose like that without drawing the line. I like to add 2 lines coming up to represent the bone of my nose. Okay, so down here is where your nostrils are. So I can curve this in a little bit. And again, look at the mirror. If you think it doesn't quite match your nose, change it a little bit. I think my nose comes in a little bit more, so I'm going to bring in my bone, make it a little bit more narrow. That's why we're drawing light till we got it right. All right. Now, our ears. Let's talk about our ears. So our ears, actually the tops of our ears line up with our eyes, and the bottom of our ears line up with the bottom of our nose. So this space right here, this proportion line is where our ears are going to fit. So the top has to start here and end down here to line up with our nose. So our ears look kind of like C's. They're wider at the top and smaller at the bottom. Again, check your ears out in the mirror. So I'm going to curve my line to fit. I'm going to practice on this side to curve it to fit. Like that. You can draw the inside of your ear as well. Make sure you have enough of an earlobe, especially if you want to draw earrings or something. Now make sure they're symmetrical. We are symmetrical, so hopefully my ears are about the same size. All right, we're about halfway through my time here, so I got to pick up my speed. Our mouth. So we drew these lines here. This represents that when we smile, the sides of our mouth match up with our eyes. So the center of my eye, and I go down, matches up with the edge of my mouth, okay? We have 2 lips, a top lip and a bottom lip. And when we smile, we have these little indents here too for our cheeks to be risen up. So you decide how you're going to smile, with teeth or without teeth. With teeth, you're just going to add an extra space. So we all have this little funky thing here that leads down to our mouth. Okay, that little trough. And we have our middle lip, has a little bump in it. And then I'm going to bring it all the way over to that line. And it seems really big, and it kind of is. But to be proportionate, that's how far I need to come out. Sorry guys, I'm going to darken that line a little bit for you. All right. So my teeth are going to come right in here. So if I'm going to add my teeth, I'm going to add that line, and then I need to make my bottom lip as well. So in the middle is where I can add some teeth. Now my big teeth in the front are my biggest teeth when I smile. And if you think of them almost like little squares, but make them curvy. And then just fill them. They get smaller as they go back. Sorry guys, can you see that? Okay, something like that. So now our hairline. So this is going to be different depending on what you look like. So again, here our mirror would be a good thing to be using. Your forehead, right, is the space from your eyebrows up to where your hair starts. Now I have my hair up today in a funky ponytail. I'm going to draw my hair as if it was down. So I'll add some hair on the sides. But your hairline, some of us have side bangs that come down. Some of us have longer hair. If your hair comes all the way down to here, then you're going to want to draw, right, your hairline all the way down to here. We do have hair on our head because technically the top of our head is all the way up here, right? So you can see I do have hair on kind of the front of my face. So for a girl, my hair might look something like this. So I'm going to add my part. And then the length of my hair. So if you have straight hair, you can use a straight line and then bring it down for however long your hair is. Okay, it might come all the way down to the bottom of the page. If you have curly hair, you can use a wavy line. Right, if you have really long hair, then bring it all the way down to the bottom. If you want to do a ponytail of some sort, then you can kind of draw that ponytail lump here and then have your pieces of hair come out from that ponytail. Don't forget about this hair here, ladies, okay, because we don't want to look bald by any means. Now, boys, well, before I skip, don't forget to add a shirt line, a collar for a shirt. And if you have any glasses or jewelry that you like to wear, now would be the time to add it. So just real quickly, sketching. I'm looking to check out the shape of my glasses. Sketching my glasses. Don't forget your glasses connect back to your ears. Oh, I'm running out of time. I'm hurrying. Okay, add any details on your clothing. Boys, for your hair, you might, if you have longer hair, maybe your hairline comes, your hair is long and it's shaggy, so you might add your hairline all the way down to there. Make sure you add some hair on the top, and don't forget to add some hair here. These are called your sideburns. Okay, you do have hair on the side of your head, your sideburns to come down for your ears, and you have hair on the top of your head. So add a little, you know, got some bed head going on, right? If you want to put a hat on, that's totally fine. Those of you that have more of a buzzed hairstyle, you might bring your hairline up a little shorter and make it something like that instead. So obviously don't draw all three styles on your self-portrait. Pick one that matches you the best and draw that one. So I'm just about out of time. Boys, don't forget your shirt line and anything that makes you, any characteristics on your shirt, or things that you like to do would be great to see.